Hello everybody. Today in class at the beginning we reviewed how to use significant figures when you are performing mathematical functions, because this is a concept that we studied in Chemistry 1. You should be familiar with it for tomorrow's Chapter 1 quiz in physics, but we didn't necessarily do any sample problems. So here's a brief review. The rules are different for if you are adding or subtracting as opposed to multiplying and dividing. So let me give you a few examples of each. If you are adding and subtracting, you have to line up the digits like what we did in grade school, and you round your answer to the least precise decimal place. So, for example, if I were to take 19.27 plus 1.3 plus 2.541, I would need to line up the decimal places such as this. Then I would add them all together, and you can do that on your calculator if you want to. So when you add those together, I get that the answer is 23.111. Now I need to take a look here because this first number we were using had 2 decimal places. This had 1 and this had 3. So our answer has to be limited by the least precise of them. Since the second number only went to the first decimal place, we must also round our answer to the first decimal place. And in order to do that, you need to take a look at the digit that's one place beyond. If it's lower than a 5, you keep it the same. If it's a 5 or higher, you round up. So in this case, the answer would become 23.1, rounded to correct significant figures. All right, let's take a look at another example. If you take 2 plus 5.3 plus 10.67, line it up just like we did on the last problem here. All right, when I add those together, I get that the correct answer here is 2 plus 5.3 plus 10.67, 17.97. And if I go back to the rules we were just discussing, this number went to 2 decimal places, this went to 1. This had no decimal places. Its least precise place was the ones digit. You use the same logic. That must mean that your answer has to be rounded to the ones place. We look 1 digit beyond. Since it's higher than a 5, the correct answer here would be 18. All right, so very quickly, a review of multiplication and division. For this, it's a little bit simpler because you round your answer to the least precise number of sig figs that were used. So the example that I give you here is 8.2 divided by 2. You don't have to line it up like in grade school. You just plug it into your calculator. The calculator gives you an answer of 4.1. So in order to decide where to round, I need to look back at the numbers I used. Both the 8 and the 2 are significant digits because they're non-zero. So that gives you 2 sig figs. 2, only has 1 significant figure. Our answer has to be reported to 1 sig fig because that's the lowest number. So if I look here, that means I keep this digit. It doesn't matter decimal places or how many, it's just the total number of significant figures. I take a look 1 place beyond. Since that's less than a 5, I leave it the same, and the correctly reported answer here would be 4. I hope that helps you review.